So let me log on to my one, and then I already have the databases, so I think it's best you guys do this.
Okay.
But let me log into my one to show you.
So Godwin, it says query completed with errors. Is that fine?
Completed with errors. I think because we did it twice.
It's still there. So what
Don't
do
worry
I do?
about it. Don't worry. Maybe when you close it and then reopen, it should drop off completely.
Okay.
Do you want to save that query? Don't say that. There's no point.
I don't know. I thought it's something we did that is asking me to save. So
it's asking you to save the query you just run. So
we shouldn't save it.
No, don't save others. You haven't done anything, so there's no point to save anything.
Let me see if it's still
Open it again. Let's see.
It's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're meant to upload.
Okay, let's see. Let's all do this together. I'm going to share my screen so that we can. I don't mind creating the database. I already have the database, but I'll recreate it, giving it the name that I have just. So let me share my screen so that you see what I'm doing. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. I can.
You can, yeah? Okay, so let me go there. I already have the databases here. I've renamed them separately. So let me just create another database. So we can all follow this, yeah? Create database, employee details. Remember, one of the rules of SQL is that you can't leave space between names like this. You cannot leave space. That is why the need for the underscore.
So what are we doing now?
We are creating a new database.
Under where? Under database, yeah. Oh God. No.
We are creating a new database.
Anytime I click on my screen, this one will disappear. I have to be.
Hi Godwin. Sorry.
Yep.
What did you click on to get this new page? Because I'm still stuck with the old page.
New query. New query.
New query. Where is that?
Where is it?
Okay. It's up
That's
there.
new query. See that there?
Yeah, I've seen it. Thank you.
No worries. So as you can see, it's not showing yet, but if I refresh, it would show. You see, I now have the database created here.
Right.
So I am going to load into the tables. that I sent to you. So right click, go to tasks, go to import flat file.
Because I'm recording, it's not allowing me to do my own work.
Really?
It's telling me I can't minimize my screen.
Oh. Sorry.
But can you see my screen though?
Yeah, I can see yours. It's just that I won't be able to follow you. Oh, I have to go.
What do you think is the solution?
I don't know. I'm not all these technical
Do
things.
you have just one laptop?
Yeah, I have one laptop. No worries, since it's recorded, I'll try and execute mine. I'll follow all the things you guys did.
So we are just following the wizard to import our tables. Let's make this the primary key.
So do we sorry to cut you short. So in all of the tables, do we have to have a primary key? Is it compulsory?
SQL tables all should have primary keys.
Okay, so we definitely
Unless
have
you
to set it up.
deliberately decide to not have a primary key, but that wouldn't make sense because
Okay.
the primary key is what is the distinguishing characteristic for each
Of other tables we create.
each record.
Okay. Because when I tried to load my other data sets into the thing, I was a bit confused. Although I clicked one primary key, but I just wanted to know if we have to or not. So yeah, thank you.
It's best if you have.
Yes,
There are a few exceptions where you don't need to, but we wouldn't be looking at those actually.
Right. Okay, thank you.
So let's just leave the data types as they are. Now, employee number will not be money. I'll change that straight away. Let me change that. It wouldn't be money. Let me change that to employee number. What should it be?
What you normally call it, is it voucher?
Preview the data to know what data type will suit the employee number.
Pardon?
Can we preview the data on the table to know what data type will suit the employee number?
Okay, that's a good idea, actually.
Like previewing is there.
Employee number.
So it's a letter and a number.
Oh, it's a letter and a number. You're right, actually.
So it can be int.
So it's a string, basically.
The string, yes.
Yeah. So
I think either float or.
But it wouldn't be money. It says money.
No, it's not money. It has to be 𝐸𝐸𝐸 50 or.
It has to be 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, yeah. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 or VACA.
Yes.
You know the difference between 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 and VACA?
No, we don't.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to the person who spoke first.
Okay, Osla.
I think VACA means it's variable character.
What about 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸?
𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 will mean there's a number with a number. The N, I think, stands for number.
No.
Okay.
Let me make these dates. Let me say, okay. Let me leave these as they are. If he doesn't take it, we will come back and correct. And VACA. Okay, VACA simply is for all characters that are English type. English type of characters.
Okay.
And VACA is for any other type of character that is not English, like Russian, Chinese, Japanese, all those kind of Arabic, all those characters. Those are the ones described usually with 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. Now, that does not mean that you can't use 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 for English type of characters. Now, what it simply means is that 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 encompasses all the other types of characters, but 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 is predominantly for the non-English type of characters. And 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 also requires more computing space. In fact, it requires twice as each 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 character requires twice as much computing space as the 𝐸𝐸𝐸 character. We will look at data types later on, but that will be towards the end of the what is it called? Of the program. So not to worry. We will talk about it again. Let's go next and see whether it will take it. Yep, it has taken it. It's giving us a warning. That means something is there that it didn't really agree with, but it has taken it. It has taken it regardless. So we can close this. And then when we go into employee, one thing you should take note of is that when you go in there and then you go under tables, oh, I'm surprised it's there straight away. But normally you shouldn't see it. You have to refresh to see it. But I'm surprised it's there. Maybe SQL has updated its systems. So let's create another database. No, let's insert another database. Did I say another table? Sorry. Let's insert another table. We have four. I gave you 4 tables, right?
Right.
Yeah, so let's put everything under the employee details, okay? So that we can all work from one database. Task, import flat file, browse. What did we just insert? We inserted employees, right? So let's insert addresses. Let's go next. Address ID, let's make that primary key. It has auto-selected certain things to take null values, which is quite understandable. Not all address fields. It's like when you are filling forms, normally, depending on what your address is like, you do not necessarily need to fill all the address fields, right? Even if you are filling a manual form or a form online, you get to certain stages where you realize that you have filled your house number, your street name, and then they give you another address line. You can just ignore that. So that's where the null is. That's why that can take a null value.
Yeah, for line 2, 3, and 4.
So let's go next. And let's finish that. So that has taken this one also. Let's see if that has loaded up. You see that it hasn't appeared yet. But if we refresh, it should come.
Oh, yeah.
So that is it there. Yep. Now let's take another one. Task, import flat file. Next. What table should we load up next? Marital status. What do you think will be the primary key here?
ID.
What do you think will be the primary key?
Person ID.
Pardon?
Person ID.
Person ID, yep.
Yes.
Person ID is the primary key. And will anything take null value?
Error.
Okay, let's go next and see. And let's finish and see. Okay, it says an error. Where is the error? Error inserting the violation of primary key constraint marital status cannot insert. Okay, so it wants us cannot insert duplicate key. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, let's go back and see. It says something about 1006. What did it say there? Okay, let's see. Let me make this marital status ID cannot be marital status ID. Okay, okay, marital status ID is different from marital status. I see. Okay, so let's see if that will work. Yep, that did work. Let's insert one more. Oh no, we have two more to insert.
Godwin, where is this file again? Where did we keep it?
I sent it to you.
You sent it to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we downloaded it.
Yeah. Pay, I can send it again. Pay elements. Pay elements. Pay elements ID as primary key. And there is one I haven't sent to you yet, but I'm going to send that now. And that is training.
There is error.
Okay, that's not allowed null. Okay, let's see what happened there. It say null, does not allow null. Does it have a null value? Does it mean it has a null value? It hasn't got a null value.
Yeah, it's all value.
Pardon?
It's all values, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Person ID, class ID, trainer ID. No. Internet connection is unstable. Let me see this one. Okay, I think there should be certain certain fields that should take null values. We need to determine which ones those are. Trainer ID does not allow null. Okay, trainer ID. Okay, so trainer ID is, I think, where the problem is. Trainer ID. So let's allow nulls here and see whether that would let us go. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's giving us a warning, but it would accept it.
Yeah.
So when we refresh, we should see all our tables under employee details. In the table of employees, so we have 5. We've just inserted 5 tables, or we've loaded 5 tables, and they are all here. So with this now, we can start our SQL operations. We can start our SQL operations. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? No question, yeah? Okay, let me create another workbench. Now, there is something. Right. So this is just a standard SQL query. Now, I didn't have to write this query. What I actually did is I used the system to produce the query by itself. So you would see that it has, so forget about this here for now. Forget about the top. Select person ID, employee number, start date, end date, title, forename, surname, birth date, gender, etc., address ID, from employees. So look at this carefully. Remember, we said that in every let me rephrase. In an SQL query, in a select query, we need 2 main keywords: the select keyword and from. Select, which is this, and from. These are the 2 mandatory keywords that we need from every select query. Now, mind you, I am emphasizing on select query. This that we did is also a query. This here is a query. It's not a select query. It is a different kind of select, it's a different kind of SQL command. So it doesn't, or the rules of the select query do not apply to this. But for our purpose, we will be dealing mainly with the select query. So we need to know the various the variants of the select query. So it is really very, very important that we get a hang of this. So we need the two words, this one and that one. Now, remember when we, was it the first lesson or so, I did mention that you can sell, if you look at the table, you would see that it has, the select command here has selected every attribute in the table. What are the attributes of a table? The attributes of the table are the table of a table are the column names. So what are the column names here? Person ID, employee number, start date, end date, title, forename, surname, birth date. You see, it's going in that order. Gender, address ID, date, time added, date time modified.
Godwin, sorry.
Yep.
Would you say the other query was for us to, we're not sourcing for data from our database.
Which one? This one?
The first one, yeah.
No, this
so
one.
We don't need all those
we have to
query
do
commands.
This. Okay, let me explain.
Yeah.
Normally, if you're a data analyst, right?
Yeah.
If you go into an organization, chances are that the organization already has got a database.
Yeah.
And it has data sets. Right?
Yeah.
So you will not be creating databases as a data analyst. This is the work of the data administrator, not the job of the data analyst. You see all those varchar and varchar, character type, primary key, all those things that we were doing. Those things are not the job of a data analyst. Those are the job of a data administrator or the data engineer.
So those that creates the data, yeah?
Exactly.
Our job is to use those data they've created to solve our problem.
Our job is to use the database. So now we have actually started our SQL data analyst lessons. Previously, we were doing somebody else's job. But the only reason why we had to do that is because we do not at this point have a data set to work on.
Okay.
So
does it mean anytime, anywhere you go, they must already have a data set for you to work on?
No, listen to what I just said. Chances are that they would have a data set.
Okay.
However, what of the case where you go and it is a new company and they've employed you as a data analyst and they think you are a data guru? Trust you me, they would expect you to create a database. So it is not lost knowledge. It is good for you to know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
But if you are already going into an established business, a company, the chances are that they have data sets already. They have large millions of rules of data already. So you would not be going to create a database. No, that would not be your job. Your job would be to do something like this. Okay.
And creating this database, I don't know. Should I be? I think I'm distracting you from your
No,
main
no,
query.
it's okay. It's fine.
So how do we create, from where do we create this database? I have ideas, but I need to confirm from you.
Yeah, I created the database now from scratch, remember? I created the database employee details. And then within this database, I inserted these tables.
Yeah, but okay, you already have the information from where you created this data, isn't it?
That is the data that I sent to you. If was it last week?
Yeah, the one you asked us to upload. So that one you asked us, where is it from?
Oh, that's the data set. That's oh, you mean where is that data set from?
Yeah.
It can be from anywhere.
Okay.
You can get data sets from anywhere. You can create. Remember, I used Excel sheets last week. I can decide to populate that Excel sheet and it becomes a table that can be used.
Okay.
So all this is fictive data. All of this here, it is not real data. It's fictive. Somebody just sat down and then put some things together.
Yeah, I know, Godwin. So because you mentioned if we go to a new place and they don't have data and they expect me to generate data.
Oh, okay. Right. So you would actually not be generating data. You will be creating databases based on data that they already have. Now, it is highly likely that they have data in various formats. They could be storing their data on simple Excel sheets. They could be storing their data in their accounts ledgers. So you would now have to do what is called ETL, extraction, to extract, to transform, and to load, which you will do in Power BI soon. You extract the data, you transform, and then you load it.
Okay.
To suit your purpose.
Okay.
Right. So every company, even the market woman in Oshodi Market, I believe, has got a way of keeping records somehow, even if it is mentally. You understand what I'm trying to say? So they have a way of, every business has got a way of storing its data somehow. It may not be perfect. It may not be a standardized, structured form like a database as we are dealing with now. It could be all over the place. They could have data in various formats. And then it will be your job to now extract all of these pieces of data, put them together to form a database. So like these tables here we have, look at them as pieces of data. We have put them together and we've put them into the database to create a database. Am I making sense?
Yes, Patrick, you're making sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Godwin.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, I think what she's driving at is, for example, the table you gave is already a perfect table.
Yeah.
Kind of normalized table.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you have table now that everything is all over the place, how do you get them like in kind of another form that okay, this table are reading out to be used to create or to be uploaded into a database?
Okay.
Because you just have a data, assuming you have a data set that's not organized, you just have duplicate values over the place. You have, for example, within a certain table, you have the payments mixed all with the employee details, mixed all with the marital status, mixed all with everything. So I think you probably need to start.
You need to start separating certain
things,
you need to start
basically
cleaning your
clean
data.
them data.
Okay.
So have a kind of a table like we have now that we can now start uploading basically.
Okay, I get. Thank you for shedding the light on this. Now, as Oga Chris just highlighted, the data sets we have here are already cleaned data sets. But we will deal with data sets that are not clean. But presently, the data sets we have are already cleaned. And when we say cleaned, they are already structured. They are normalized. Duplicates have been removed. Right? So they can be considered as cleaned data sets. And then we can use them to form queries. But the question Oga Chris is asking is, what if you go into an organization and the data is all over the place? Nothing is cleaned yet. So as a data analyst, it is actually part of your job to clean the data. And data cleaning will be one of the things we will be looking at in this SQL course. I think that will be maybe some 3 weeks from now. But more importantly, too, you would look at it extensively in your Power BI. So if you have an unclean data set, you can transfer the data into your Power BI and use your Power Query, which is a tool, a cleaning tool in Power BI to clean the data, to remove duplicates, remove unwanted characters, structure the data, remove columns you don't need, right? And then load it into your SQL or your management studio. And then you can work with that. But we will look at ways of cleaning data in SQL, I think in about 3 weeks' time. So let's leave that till let's leave the cleaning of data till then, okay? Right. Now you see that I didn't have to write these. I just clicked on the table and then got the system to auto generate this. But what if I wanted to write this myself? Can I do that? Of course I can. So all we need to do is to write select. And then the next is what? From, right? But what are you selecting? You need to state what you are selecting. You need to state what you are selecting. So what are we selecting? We are selecting person ID. Okay. Right. It has automatically changed. I see. Now, before I continue, let me just highlight something for you to, let me just highlight something. When you open your management studio the first time, look carefully at this within this space. The database defaults to master. When you open it the first time, it defaults to master. Now, master is a system database. We don't use it. Nobody uses it. It comes with the system. For you to work within your database, you need to select the database that you want to use. So what is the database that we just created? Employee details. So we need to select that. Now you would see that when I go into master, when I'm in master, everything here would be underlined. Let me write this fully. Everything here is underlined. But if I revert to this, I am expecting the red squiggly lines to go off. Okay, let me do this. Person ID, employee, what's the next thing? Employee number. Employee number underscore number. Something seems to be wrong with my internet. Okay, okay, I see. From, what's the name of the table? Employees. Let's see this thing. Now, let me go back to what I was trying to explain. If the database remains in master, this is what I am trying to do, right? And I'm trying to do this from employee details. But if you forget to change this and it remains in master, straight away you see that everything is underlined red and you would think you've made a mistake, but you haven't. It's simply because you have not selected the correct database to work from. So when you open your management studio for the first time or any time at all, make sure that you are working within the correct database. Okay? Make sure you are working within the correct database. So if I change this back to employee details, everything now becomes fine and nice. Now, I don't need to write all of this all over completely. We already have it here. Everything is here. Now, also, I don't need to write everything. I don't need to write it out on different lines like this. I can just put everything together. Right? It's the same thing. And let's run this, just this query. Now, have it at the back of your mind that I don't want to waste time, so I'm not going to write every single thing, okay? So just have it at the back of your mind that it is everything we have written. So we expect to get the full result, okay? But actually, we have only selected how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 items. We execute, and then you see that we only have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The columns that we specified, those are the ones that are displayed. Okay? The columns specified are the ones displayed. So we use this query to generate specific columns. Specific columns. We want to generate specific columns. We need to name the columns. So like this here, this query here is to generate specific columns. However, because we did that from the system itself, it gave us all the columns. All the columns. Right. Now, if you have to generate all the columns, is there a better way to do it? Yes, there is. So instead of writing all of these, every single one, is there a better way to do it? Of course, there is a better way. There is always a shortcut to do something. You just click on select star and then name the table where you want it to come from. Select star from employees. So we're just going to run this. And we have the same results as we had previously. Look at it, person ID, employee number, start date, end date, title, forename, surname, birth date, gender, address ID, date time added, date time modified. And where is it from? From employees. Okay. So this here is the same as that. Just 1 minute. I have some background noise. Let me tell these boys to keep quiet. Just give me 1 minute, yeah? Okay, thank you. Right, so let's see. So we select all from employees. That gives us everything in the table, every single thing. Every single thing. Now, is this a good way of running a query on a new table that you have never used? Before we answer that question, now can somebody look here where my cursor is? Can you see my cursor? Can somebody see the cursor moving around?
Yes, we can see it, Godwin.
Okay, how many rows do you see there?
134 rows.
134 rows. This is a very small database. Very, very small database. So 134 rows, it is good. It's not bad for me to do a select all. This is read as select all. Okay, select star or select all. And what that means is that select all the columns and everything from employees. That is the meaning of this query. Okay. Now, assuming you are employed by Facebook, how many users are there how many people use Facebook globally?
Millions or billions of people, I think so.
Yeah, I believe it's billions of people, actually. I believe it's billions of people. And you see, even it gives you the time that it takes to run a query. It gives you here the time it takes. If you look here, though this was done in under a second, so that's why you don't see anything. You don't see the seconds. You don't see it because it was done really quickly. But then it actually it calculates the time within which the query is run. So assuming you are employed by Facebook or Twitter or Google, and then they ask you to run a query, and you go and do a select all query on the database they've given you. Point is, you have not seen the table before. You don't know what is in there. These are the key things. You don't know what is in the table. What should you do? And this is an interview question, as a matter of fact, for data analysts. You don't know what is in the table. What should you do? The very first time you are seeing a table or you are working on a table, how should you approach that table? Anybody with an idea?
Godwin?
Yep.
Since it's a table and I've never seen it before, I would like to see every part of that table to see how is everything that is in it. To know what to do with it.
You want to see every part of the table. Beautiful. But you are working on a table provided to you by Facebook, which has got 3 billion customers. Are you going to do a select all statement just like this?
I'm going to suggest that you limit.
Okay, let me to rephrase. If assuming you run a query, this query on a table that has got 3 billion rows. So this one has got just 134 rows. But assuming it has 3 billion or 5 billion rows, what do you think would happen?
I think and nobody has given me idea what is in this table. They don't have any
Nobody
clue.
has given you an idea what is in the table.
If I don't know, what will I be selecting then?
I would suggest that you limit the number of rows.
Who is speaking?
Select. It's Ursula. So you use
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You will suggest that we limit the number of rows. I like that statement. And in fact, that is what that is what the system does when you run it from the system, like I did earlier on. You see, it says select top 1,000. It can easily select 1,000. No problem about that.
Okay.
Right. Now select top 1,000. What does this mean? It means that select the 1,000 rows of data. So even if you have 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion rows of data, it would only select the first 1,000.
Yeah, makes sense.
That way, you don't crash your computer. But if you do not limit the number of rows, if you do not limit the results to be produced, and you go and do a select all, a pure select all statement like this on a table that has got 3 billion rows, for example, and in fact, even that is way too big. Trust you me, your organization computing resource is likely to freeze because you will take over everything. Nobody will be able to use the computing system in that organization whilst your query is running. And that is even if it runs to the end. So chances are that it may crash and may not be completed. So when you go into an organization the first time and you are given a table and you are to run a query on the table, never do a select all. Never do a blank select all like this. Always limit your results. Now, if we were to do this, let me rewrite this. If we were to just do select top 10, top 5, top 6, does it give us the necessary information that we still need? Of course it will. What is the kind of information that we need from this table? Basically, Basically, what is the information that we need from this table? Can somebody tell me at a glance?
You're not selecting anything specifically, so you're selecting everything, but you're selecting the first 10.
No, I don't want you. I'm not running this query yet. This result here. This here. What exactly are we looking for here? Or what is this table telling us?
It's an employee.
It is telling us about the person ID, employee number, start date, end date, title. It is telling us all these things. These are the things that it is telling us. So these are the critical pieces of data that we need. I don't want anything about Stefan. I don't want, that is secondary. I'm not interested in that, at least not at this point. I'm not interested in Holy Reeves. I'm not interested in that. Not at this point. I just want to know what is in the database. So if I do select 10, will that give me the required result?
Yes.
Yes, it does. It gives me the exact same kind of information that I need. I need a person ID, employee number, start date, things like that. I don't need anything more than that. And you see, straight away, it has restricted to 10, the first 10. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Right. Now, this is where, if you are using MySQL, there is a difference. I said I would, as we progress, I will show you the slight differences. So if you are using MySQL, select all. We are not using MySQL, so obviously we can't run this query. But if anybody has MySQL and they are able to load this table into their MySQL, they can run this query. And then it goes limit 10. So you see where that comes in?
Yes.
If you're using MySQL, it will be limit 10. Limit it to 10 rows. If you are using Oracle, it would be fetch 10 num rows. Fetch 10 num rows. Oops. I think that will be fetch 10 num rows. I'm not fetch. Is it num rows 10 or 10 num rows? Some num rows 10 or 10 num rows. I can look, I'll check, I'll cross check and let you know. So this is, if you're using MySQL, you have this. If you are using Oracle, it is something like this. I'm not sure, I've forgotten whether it's a 10 that comes first or 10 comes last, right? But basically, these are slight difference. Every other thing is the same.
You can.
Pardon?
Sorry.
Somebody said something?
No, she wasn't. She was speaking to someone.
Okay. So obviously, these commands are not allowed in SSMS, which is why they are underlined, okay? So nothing to worry about. I'm just going to get rid of them. Okay. So this type of query limits the number of rows, the number of output, rows that we output. Okay. There is another command that I want you to note. The use of distinct. I'm going to use a different table for this. I'm going to use a different table. Okay. Look at this result. Select all from trading. You already okay. Have I sent you this table already? I don't think I've sent you the trading table. Have I?
No, I've not seen it.
Have I? Okay, let me send it to you now so you can. Let me send it to you. Sorry about that. Let me send it to you. Okay. I'm going to post it on the Telegram group. I'm going to send it to the Telegram group straight away.
Yes, that's good, Godwin.
Okay. Right. So one question I want to ask is this. How many rows do we have? The result is here. How many rows of this do we have? 327, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is how many. So they have been training for about 337 employees. Maybe, maybe not. But we have 337 rows of data. Right. Now, does that mean that there are 327 327 courses?
Yes.
Does that mean there are 327 courses?
Yes.
Who said yes?
I think so.
Who said yes?
Ursula.
Ursula.
Yes.
Are you sure? Okay. So let's assume that in an organization, the sales department made up of 20 salesmen take a course, and the name of the course is customer satisfaction. Are there 20 courses?
No, there is one course, but they have 20 people.
There's one course, there are 20 people. But that one course, because there are 20 people, has been recorded how many times?
20 times.
Do you get that? It has been recorded 20 times. And this is where the use of the word distinct is used in counting particular number of items. So if you look here under course ID, you would see course ID 111111, and as you go down, you see 2, and you see a few others there. You see 7, you see 3, 4. They are all there. Okay. Right. So how can we use distinct to get this? Let me instead of selecting all, let me just select the course ID to make this even clearer. Select just the course ID. Select just the course ID. Now let me select this and execute. So this is the course ID, right? That we see. It's just the course ID that we have selected.
And it has 327 rows.
It has what? 327 rows. Yeah. It will, if you look at it from this angle, it would appear as if there are 327 courses. But really and truly, there aren't 327 courses. Let's see how many courses there are. Select distinct course ID. How many courses are there?
Yep.
Only 7 courses. There are only 7 courses. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Good. Who can tell me why I highlight before I execute?
You don't execute everything.
Yes, so that I don't execute everything.
Yeah.
So if I don't highlight, everything will be executed, and then we would have this results page full of things that we don't need. Right? That is why I highlight exactly what I need before I execute. Now let's look at another type of query. And I'm going to use a different table now. I'm doing select all confidently because I know exactly what is in the tables. They're not going to break my computings. They're not going to break my computing resource. So I am confident to use it. Right, so this is the pay of the employees, right? The employees are here, and this is what they get paid. This is a table showing their salaries and hourly wages. Now, if you look carefully, look at the pay type. You would see that some people are on salary, some people are on hourly pay. And then you will see the pay value. Okay. I wanted to delete this. I wanted to delete this column. I don't know why it's still here. I wanted to delete this column. It's of no use here. It's redundant. Not to worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry your head about that. Right. So let us run this query separately. Let's do another query from here.
Prefer to. Oh, these children.
Assuming your manager, you're in a company and then your manager tells you, Ursula, please give me, I want to find out the pay of the employees, just the pay of the employees in the business. What will you be looking out for? Will you produce the whole of this table for your manager?
No, you select the pay value.
Okay, so you select certain specific things, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think you will be needing?
You need the pay element ID.
You will need the pay element ID.
You need the person ID.
Beautiful, beautiful. So this person is brilliant. This person is brilliant.
And then you need the job ID as well.
You need the person ID, right?
Yes.
Person ID.
The job ID.
You would need the you don't necessarily need the job ID. They are not interested in the job they do. They are only interested in the pay that they get. Your manager is only interested in the pay that they get. But of course, yes, if you like, you can add the job ID. Yeah?
Yeah. Because some jobs pay different from some.
Pardon?
Some jobs pay different from some.
Yeah, that's correct.
We'll pick a pay.
Yeah, what will you pick?
You're blocking it.
Okay. I'll pick
pay type and pay value.
At this point, I'm not interested in the
pay type. Huh?
Okay,
then
maybe I'll pick pay type. Maybe I'll pick pay type. Okay, let me pick pay type.
Because it will help you to calculate. So
yeah, that's correct. Pay type. Let me pick pay type. Okay, so let's run this query and see what we have. So we just have the tables that we need, right? Oh, the columns that we need. Okay. So now let's just look at the salary part of this. Forget about the hourly pays now, okay? Forget about the hourly pays. I'm not going to take them out yet. There is a different query for that. Forget about the query that we are going to run next would apply to everything. But forget, in the interim, forget about the hourly pay. We are only focusing on the salaried workers, okay? Now, they say this person's salary is what? 42,000. This person's salary is 30,540. Is that a yearly pay, a monthly pay, or what kind of pay is that? What do you think?
That is looks like a yearly pay.
Looks like yearly pay. I like the way you said looks like yearly pay. It is actually yearly pay.
Yeah.
It is yearly pay, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Assuming everything is in pounds, right?
Yes.
I don't think people earn 55,000 pounds a month. Some people could earn that. Some people could earn that, honestly. But
footballers do earn more than that.
Pardon?
Footballers, they earn more than that.
Yes. And you also earn more than that, right?
But when you look at the hourly pay that is on this table, you're saying £10 an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
You just think that monthly would be
yeah, exactly. So let's assume these are the yearly pays, right? The salaried workers. Let's assume this is the yearly pay. If I were to ask you to calculate the monthly pay, how will you go about doing this?
So I would just suggest that select from pay elements where pay value is equals to salaried. And then you sum.
No, we are not taking, hold on. We are not taking out the salaried workers, the hourly workers yet. Forget, that's why I said, forget about they are applying anything to the think of everything as being salaries. Yeah, think of everything as being, forget about the hourly pay for now, just for now. For now, the next query we would see how we would deal with that.
Okay.
So assuming everything here is a yearly pay, and I want the monthly pay, what do I do?
I already know you divide by 12, but I don't know how to write the
query. Beautiful. You divide by 12. That's all I want. That's all I want. You divide by 12. Divide by 12. So let's rewrite this. And let's create another column. Pay value. So this is where user-defined names come into play, okay? Remember we talked about that? Pay value divided by 12.
Godwin, remember some are hourly paid. If you divide it by 12. That is
exactly why I said forget.
Okay.
About that for now. Forget about it. Don't worry your head about it. Okay?
Okay.
If we were to do this, what is going to happen? Now let's run this and see what would happen. Has it given us the monthly salaries of these people?
Yes, it has.
It has. But you see, will you be presenting your result like this?
No.
No. Why?
Because those paid hourly, the values are
Forget
wrong.
about the hourlies. Forget completely about the hourlies.
Okay. Okay. Do we need to change the column name?
Of course.
Because
you can't present this, assuming you are presenting this to management, and then you just present it as it is, just as it is. Now they'll be wondering, what does this person know column name? What is that? What exactly is that? You are a data analyst, probably earning 70,000 a year on a 70K salary, or maybe on a 90-something K salary, and you can't put a name to this column.
Yeah, we'll have to include the names, isn't it, of those enemies.
Beautiful. You would have to include the name. You would have to include the name.
Do we need to put the value of the currency too?
If you like, you can. Okay. If you like, you can put the currency. And this is where, remember when we were talking, the first lesson we did, we spoke about aliases. We said that SQL allows for aliases. Nickname. I asked somebody if they have a nickname. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
So instead of just leaving this as it is, without a column name, we are now saying that it should name it as what? Monthly salary. Okay? And let's see what happens. That is what it has given us here. That is what it has given us here. So now you can present this to management and it makes better sense. It makes better sense. Now some people, I hear some people have been uncomfortable with the hourly paid people. So let's see, how do we take them out? How do we take the hourly paid people out?
You only select, where pay type is salaried.
Oh, beautiful. You see, we haven't even touched the where clause, but you see, we are already using it. Where is a big word. It's another big word in SQL. The where clause, the where statement is very big. And we are going to look at the various types of the where clause. Okay, it has a whole lot. It has things on its own. It has things on its own. So we're going to look at the where clause. So where pay type, the pay type should be salary. Where pay type is equal to salary. And that is a string. Salary is a string in the database. So we need to record it as a string. Okay. So how do we do that? We use quotation marks.
Quotation marks.
Now, what do we write? How do we write that salary? Somebody should tell me what we should write.
Salary.
Pardon?
Salary.
Salary.
Yes.
Like this?
No, the way it's written there.
Oh, like this?
No.
How?
Salaried.
Salaried.
It's written.
Why should we not write it like this?
Because it won't find it. There's no salary there.
It won't find it.
It's salaried.
You guys are just brilliant. I'm loving this class. You guys are just brilliant. You guys are just brilliant. Where pay type is salaried. So now let's see what is going to happen. It has just given us all the salaried workers. Only the salaried workers.
I'm really loving this SQL.
Yeah.
I hope I learn it though. I'm really.
Only the salaried workers. In much the same way, if we want the hourly paid people, we can just take them out. We get only the hourly paid people. Okay.
And if we want to calculate their pay monthly or
if we want to calculate their pay monthly, how the hourly paid people. So you need to know the number of hours they work a month or the number of hours they work a week.
Yeah.
And then multiply the hourly pay by the number of hours.
Yeah.
And you can actually use this to do a whole payroll. Calculate that. Take away taxes, maybe other NI contributions.
Yeah.
And do all sorts of things. And then you come at the end, you get the net salary. Do we get that? So we can use this for a whole range of things. We can use SQL to do a whole lot of calculations.
Yeah. Godwin, you mentioned my SQL. You mentioned another one. Are these other softwares we use?
There are other DBMS. There are other database management systems.
Okay.
So there is MySQL. There is Oracle. There is Access. In fact, those who did computing long ago, you would know about Access. It's the first database management system that was there long ago.
Okay.
Access was one of the first. We have DB2, we have PostgreSQL, quite a few.
Okay.
A few of them. But like I told you, the most important thing is to know how to use one. And then once you use one, because the language is portable, everything you learn on one, you can transfer onto other ones just by being careful with the few tweaks that you need to do on some of the other systems.
Okay.
Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No.
Godwin?
Yep.
Do you know where I struggle? My first struggle with all these courses is downloading stuff. And most times when I download them, I don't find them.
Last week, isn't it?
Like all
downloading
these
and installing all those things take the majority of they take quite a chunk of time.
Yeah.
See,
like
once we got the thing downloaded, now, everything becomes
easier. Yeah.
easy, yeah.
Like all this database you're giving us now, but I will try and download them. Like if I download them now, is it always good if I download them to save them under myself, or just save them? Because I'm so used to saving most things in my documents, naming them.
Okay, so look at what the best, if you are going to be working as a data analyst,
yeah,
you need to know how to create folders.
Folders, okay, I can do that.
Because if you are working with different data sets, and trust you me, you can be working with you need to be able to have a folder structure whereby you can easily find your stuff.
Okay.
Easily find your stuff.
Okay.
So if you have everything all over the place, that's one hour. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right. So now let's look at the where clause. We jumped ahead a bit with the where clause in the query we last did, but let's now look at it carefully, more carefully. Let's look at the where clause more carefully. Now, the where clause has got 5 basic search conditions. Five basic search conditions under the where clause. Now, what are these 5 basic search conditions? The first search condition is called the comparison condition. The second is the range. We wouldn't be able to finish the where clause today. We might need at least 2 lectures for the where clause. The third is the set membership. And the fourth is the pattern match. A very, very important one. Pattern match. And the fifth is the null condition. An interesting concept. The null condition, which is quite an interesting concept. Now, so let's have a look at these one by one. Maybe we'll just end on the definition of these conditions. The comparison condition. Comparison. How many of us here have done some mathematics?
I only did the one in secondary school.
Yeah, that is enough.
Okay.
So you would have done what is called the comparison operators, right?
Comparison of what?
Comparison operators.
I won't remember Godwin, but go ahead. Once I see it, I will know.
Okay, I know you would know. So the first comparison, Ursula, can you tell us about the comparison operators?
Comparison operator. Is it
okay, let me give you a hint. It's equal to?
Yes, greater than.
Oh, greater than.
Less than?
Less than.
Yes.
Greater than?
Yeah.
There are a few others.
Yeah, there are more.
Less than or equal to?
Those are the popular ones.
Less than or equal to? Greater than or equal to? And who knows what this one is?
Mm.
Who knows what that one is? And this one also, who knows what this one is? Who knows what the last two are?
The last one is not equals to.
The last one is not equal to, and the one before the last
is
okay. This one is greater than. The last one is inequality, isn't it? Not equal to. The two brackets are not equal to as well.
Not equal to, yeah. So the last one and the one before it are all the same thing.
Are the same, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
they are the same thing.
Greater than or equal to.
They are the same thing. Right, so let's see. So these are the operators we will be looking at. And we will see how they are used, okay? Let's just go through the definitions of these. Now, range condition. What do you think that is?
the range is.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Between one value to another.
Okay. So this tests whether the value of an expression falls within a certain range, right? It tests whether the value of an expression falls within a certain range. And I'm going to ask you a question now. Who can give me another word for within?
Within, between?
Between.
Certain range of value.
And the keywords used for the range, let me continue on the next line. It's too long. It's getting too long. The keywords used here are what? Between and not between. These are the keywords used in the range comparison, in the range condition. Now, set membership. What do you think that would be?
Is it those data that share the same maybe value, characteristics or meaning? I don't know.
I like
just
they
guessing.
share the same value, they share the same characteristics. I like that. I like you're trying. You're trying. So can you rephrase a bit more?
Set membership condition.
So where a certain value is a member of a set. Now, a set is a group of things with the same characteristics, right? Yeah, so that's simply what it is. So where a specified value is a member of a set.
Okay.
And what do you think would be the keywords here?
If
In and not in. Now, what about the next one?
Pattern match condition.
So this tests whether a value matches a particular, a predefined pattern.
Pattern. Okay.
Matches a pattern. So if it matches a pattern, what do you think will be the keywords that will be used there?
If or when. Pattern match condition. Is it if or when?
No. It's following a pattern. It is I don't want to use the word. It is a pattern.
Like and not like.
Okay.
This one is like learning English language again.
When you start using it, you see that it is not English language. Right, and the null condition tests whether a column has a null value. I wouldn't say what the words here for null are at the moment, because when we get there, I will test us a bit on that. So I'll leave the words for null for now. Right, so let's go to the first type, the comparison conditions. Comparison conditions. What can we do? Assuming we go back to our pay elements table, right? Let's go back to our pay elements table. And we say select everything from pay elements where pay value select everything where pay value, we want to use comparison, right? So it has to be one of these.
Okay.
It has to be one of these. And mind you, this here only works in SQL. It doesn't work in most other languages. Where pay value, let's say, is equal to, where pay value is equal to, let's say, 55,000. Will it give us that? Select everything where pay value is 55,000. Yep, we got that. This is the one where pay value is 55,000. See that? Pay value is 55,000.
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yeah, we do.
If we say select where pay value is greater than, let's say, 30,000. Then it gives us everything where pay value is greater than 30,000. All the figures here will be greater than 30,000. Everything here. Right? In much the same way, we can get where pay value is less than 30,000. Let me get all of these. Pay value is less than 30,000. Right?
Yes.
Now, the next is the range. Should we do range now? Okay, let's compound comparison. Let's do compound comparison. Who knows what I'm trying to refer to? Compound. Who knows what I'm trying to refer to? Where we use two or more of these. You see, in all of these ones, we've just used one. Equal to, less than, greater than. But what if we have more than that? Right?
Like having equal to and not equal to at the same time.
Yeah, we can have a look at that. It's possible. So let's assume that we say select. Easier for me to copy than to start writing everything, isn't it?
Yes.
Where pay value is less than 30,000 or end date. End date. End date. End date is not null. So you see that I've used what? The less than, and then I've used
no.
It's not. Forget about the null here. Right? I could have used other things. So say less than, what I'm using, the key things I'm using here are less than, and then it's not, which are both from this set. Less than and it's not. Right? So we are saying that the pay value should be less than 30,000 or the end date should not be null. So let's run this and see what we would get with that. That gives us this. What do you think would happen if we use the word and instead of or?
I think it will give you both. It will still give you both, isn't it? Where P value.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Where P value is and end to give
Okay,
you both.
so what is the meaning of if I were to say something like A can go to A can go to Liverpool Street, or A can go to Oxford Circus. What is the meaning?
Either one of them.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
So how many of you have done what is called truth tables? How many people know what's called truth tables?
I don't think I have.
Right. So that is where if two things are true or two things are false, or one is true, one is false, that kind of thing, that kind of scenario.
Yeah.
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 Anybody who's done a bit of elementary maths would have done truth tables.
Yes, that's true.
So where this is, let's look at the and. If I say A can go to Liverpool Street and A, can I say A can go to Liverpool Street and A can go to Oxford Circus?
No.
At the same time?
At the same time?
No.
No. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So A, it is either one of them, not both.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
One of them. Whereas here, either one of them would work. With this one, with the or statement.
Yeah.
But with the and,
both of them.
There is a kind of constraint. So let's see the output for this. If you look carefully, with the previous one gave us 135. Let's see what this one will give us. So there is no case when we execute this. There is no case where the pay value is less than 30,000 and end date is not null. There is no such condition. So it doesn't return anything. Do you get that? It doesn't return anything. But let's see if when we change this, let's see if we just say this one is equal to null. What about that? What about that? That probably would give us something. That also doesn't give us anything. Right? It simply means that the two are not producing results. What if we change this to or? We see that that produces a result. Either this or that, either one of them. But where you have what kind of this has got there's a name for this. It's escaped my mind. When I remember, I'll let you know. Right. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I just want us to end the comparison condition. It's already past 11, right? Okay, so we'll just end here. Just end here. Let's just write one more. Pay value is 30,000, or let's look at another one. Job ID is greater than, say, job ID 6. And that gives us that. And let's use the AND condition here to see if that will give us something. Let's use the AND on this. Yep. Here we have some result because it worked on that. Either this, it's this and that together. They have to be together. So we could have where pay value is less than 30,000 and the job ID is greater than 6. So if you look here, there will be no job ID that will be less than 6. There will be no job ID lower than 6. Everything will be above 6. Everything will be above 6. Okay. I think we will continue next week with the where condition. We still have a lot under the where condition. And some very, very interesting concepts under that. Especially when we get to pattern matching. So we would see that next week. Any questions so far? There are no questions. Let me stop sharing. Should I stop sharing? Let me just give 2 minutes for questions. If there are no questions, then we can just call it a day. I'll send the notes over.
Thank you. That will help a lot.
No questions here? Okay. Thank you very much for coming and see you next week.
Thank you, Godwin.
Very much. Good.
See you next week and good night.
Next week. Good night.
Good night. Bye.